Hello everyone. In the last video, we have discussed advanced matrix operations using NumPy. Okay, we have discussed a module, linear algebra module in NumPy. Okay, then we started discussing the eigenvalue decomposition, eigenvalues and eigenvectors. Okay, theory behind that. So now what we will do? Let me take the same matrix. Okay, and we'll try to use NumPy linear algebra toolbox, okay, module, and we'll compute the eigenvalues and eigenvectors very quickly. Okay, you just check the previous video. This is the matrix we have taken. Okay, and we got eigenvalues 6 and -7. Eigenvectors, corresponding eigenvectors, these are the eigenvectors for lambda equal to 6, -1, -4, that's the eigenvector. For lambda equal to -7, -1, 1/3, that's the eigenvector. Okay, so you just see from NumPy I'm importing I'm just importing the matrix, okay, keyword. So this is a two-dimensional array. First row is -6, 3, second row 4, 5. I'm just using matrix. So matrix A is constructed. Okay, matrix A is constructed. Now I'm just taking EAG of A. Okay, before that, this EAG eigenvalue that is defined in NumPy.linear algebra. So I need to import that from NumPy.linear algebra. Okay, so actually this gives two outputs. One is eigenvalue, another one is eigenvector. If you want to access the eigenvalue in square bracket, you just give 0. Okay, it gives two values. So 0th index. Okay, 0th index, that basically gives eigenvalues. Same EAG of A, first index, it will give eigenvector. Okay, eigenvector. Otherwise there is another built-in command, eigenvals. Okay, that is also defined in linear algebra. So we just import that eigenvals. So directly you can give eigenvalue of eigenvals of A. It gives the eigenvalues. Okay, we will try this program in Python console. Okay, so let me import eigenvals. Okay, what I'm doing, I'm just printing. Okay, I'm just taking eigenvalue of A. Okay, in that 0th index is eigenvalues. Okay, in that 0th index is eigenvalue. Okay, A is not defined. Okay, A I have to define first. So A is equal to matrix. Okay, first row -6, 3, -6, 3. Second one 4, 5. Okay, let me execute now. You can notice theoretically we proved 6 and -7, they are the eigenvalues. We got the same eigenvalue. Okay, then eigenvectors. Okay, what I'm doing, I'm just otherwise I'll verify the other built-in command, print eigenvals, okay, of A. Okay, it should give the same result. Yeah, it is giving the same result. I am getting -7 and 6. Okay, now let me try eigenvectors. So EIG of A, in that first index. Okay, first index is eigenvector. So let me execute. If you see the first column, these are the first column in this matrix, the first column that corresponds to the eigenvalue -7 and the second column that corresponds to the eigenvalue 6. Okay, but if you notice, we got a different answer for lambda equal to -7. Okay, for lambda equal to -7, we got this particular answer -1. Okay, 1/3. These answers. Okay, actually speaking, this is actually normalized. Okay, whatever the result that Python displays, that is the normalized eigenvector. So what I'm doing, let me process this further. We have two elements. So let me normalize this. Square root of -1 square plus 1/3 the whole square. Okay, -1 square, 1/3 the whole square. This actually gives, let me try this. Okay, this is actually 1.054 approximately. So what I need to do, I need to normalize the v vector by this 1 divided by 1.054. Okay, -1, 1/3. Okay, so what I will get, -1 divided by 1.054. That gives -0.9487. Okay, then 1/3 divided by 1.054. Okay, that actually gives 0.3163. Okay, let me verify whether I am getting correct or not. Okay, let me go for the Python console. -0.948, -0.948, yeah, then 0.316, yeah, I'm getting. Similarly, for lambda equal to 6, we got eigenvectors -1, -4. Okay, we'll just normalize this. -1 square plus -4 square, we get 4.123. Okay, so you just normalize v vector by 4.123. Okay, this actually gives, let me try this, -1/4.123. This actually gives -0.2425. -4 divided by 4.123 -0.9701. Okay, we'll verify whether we are getting the same answer. -0.2425. Okay, -0.9701. Yeah, we are getting the same answers. Okay, so in one step we are getting the answers. Okay, so alternatively, what you can do, in one stretch you can get the answer something like this. You can put you can calculate EIG of A. So it will give two results. One is eigenvalue, another one is eigenvector. Okay, so you can do that also. So let me try this. What I need to do, eigenvals, okay, some variables. This is equal to EIG of A. So let me print, okay, print eigenvalues, print eigenvector. Okay. The error is I need to place a comma. Okay, see now it is working. Okay, I'm just getting the same answer. Then again norm is very important operator in linear algebra. Okay, in Python the syntax is norm of the input for which you are going to take, then the order. Okay, if you don't specify anything, by default it will calculate L2 norm. Okay, 2 norm, or it calculates Frobenius norm. Okay, if I specify infinity, it will calculate infinity norm, or minus infinity, it will calculate minus infinity norm. Okay, so basically norm is matrix norm or vector norm. If I don't specify anything, it will calculate Frobenius norm or Euclidean norm or 2 norm. Okay, if you specify Fro also, it will calculate Frobenius norm. Okay, so just a quick theory behind Frobenius norm. If I have a matrix, okay, say for example I took some matrix 1, 2, 3, 4 here. Okay, some matrix A 1, 2, 3, 4. What I need to do? Okay, say for example in some cases the elements may be negative. It can be complex. So what I will do? For each and every element, I am going to take absolute and square. Okay. Then overall there will be a square root. Okay. This if you simplify, you will get answer 5.477. Okay. So Frobenius norm, that is represented by this. Alternatively, you can calculate Frobenius norm something like this. You have the matrix A, multiply it with A Hermitian, then find out the trace of this A Hermitian, then take square root. That will also give the Frobenius norm. Okay, that will also give the Frobenius norm. So what I will do, I will go for Python console, and I'll show that I'm getting the same answer 5.477. Before that, we need to import the norm. This norm is actually available in numpy.linear algebra. So from that we have to import this norm. Okay. So let me import norm from linear algebra. Okay, let me comment all these things. I don't want these things. Okay, so let me define the matrix. It is simple matrix 1, 2, then 3, 4. Okay, this is the matrix. I'm going to find out the norm. So print norm of A. I'm not specifying the order. Okay, I'm not specifying the order. So it should give that 5.477. Yeah, it is giving. So if you mention Frobenius, okay, if you mention Frobenius, again it will give the same answer. Okay, norm A. Let me see the syntax. Order. ORD. Okay. Frobenius norm. Okay. You just see it is giving the same answer. So whether you mention Frobenius or don't mention, it will find out the Frobenius norm or Euclidean norm. Okay. Then we know that equivalently Frobenius norm is nothing but the square root trace of A Hermitian. So what I will do, I will just write a piece of code. Okay, a one-line code. So I need to multiply A. Okay, so multiplication, I'm just using star matrix multiplication. For A Hermitian, so I'm just using A dot get H. Okay, A dot get H. So this will give A Hermitian. Okay, let me close this. Then for this, I'm going to take trace. So trace. Okay, for this entire thing, I'm going to take square root. Okay, again, square root is available in math. Okay, but you just try to use the square root which is defined in NumPy. Okay, so I'm just importing square root from NumPy. Now we just print this. Okay, it should give the same result. You see, yeah, it is giving the same result, 5.47722558. Okay, then infinity now. Okay, then infinity now. So infinity now, what it does, so it gives, let me take the A matrix again, the same matrix 1, 2, 3, 4. For example, let me take some negative value. Okay, here some negative value, here some negative value. So what I'm going to do, sum of absolute values of elements in each row. Okay, each row. So first row, absolute 1 plus absolute of minus 2, this is 3. Second row, absolute of minus 3 plus absolute of 4, which is 7. Okay, then maximum of these two. Okay, 7 is the maximum. So if I give the order infinity, it will give the maximum. If I give the order minus infinity, it will give the value minimum. Okay, let us try this. So what I'm doing, let me comment these things. I don't want these things. Slightly change the matrix, or you can use the same matrix. I just want to introduce negative values. Okay, so instead of order Frobenius norm, I'm going to define infinity. Again, you just see, you will get some error. Okay, you just see invalid norm for order of matrices. So what I'm doing, let me import. Okay, import arise from math module, import infinity. Okay, let me try whether it is working or not. Invalid norm order for matrices. What is the error? Okay, we should not give, I think we should not give the course. Let me try again. Yeah, it's working. Okay, 7. Okay, so that's the error. Then if I give minus infinity, okay, if I give minus infinity, it will show 3. Yeah, it is showing 3. Okay, then finally singular value decomposition. Okay, singular value decomposition. So all the matrices are not square matrix. If it is square matrix, we can go for eigenvalue decomposition. In MIMO, okay, in multiple input, multiple output, in wireless communication, the transmitters and receivers can have multiple transmitters and receivers. For example, in MIMO systems, the number of equations are greater than the number of unknowns. Okay, number of equations are greater than number of unknowns. Okay, so you don't have the exact inverse for that H, so you have the approximate solution. Okay, you have the approximate solution. So in such cases, you can go for singular value decomposition. You cannot go for eigenvalue decomposition. So what you are doing, you are decomposing, okay, a matrix into 3 matrices: U, sigma, V Hermitian. Okay, U, sigma, V Hermitian. Otherwise, let me write this in Notepad. singular value decomposition. Okay, singular value decomposition. So here the number of equations are greater than number of unknowns. Okay, so we have the approximate solution. So what we can do, we can decompose a H matrix or some matrix into U, sigma, V Hermitian. Okay, if you see the nature of U, it is say you have some rows and columns. Okay, so U will have same rows and columns, sigma, okay, column, C by C, V Hermitian, okay, again it's C by C. Okay, the other special properties, you can call this U matrix and V Hermitian matrix as unitary matrix, whereas sigma is a matrix with singular values. Okay, if you consider this U matrix, okay, U matrix or VI matrix, any column, okay, you just take, they have the unit norm. Any column, you just take, they have the unit norm. Okay, and one column with another column, inner product, that gives 0. Similarly in V matrix also, VI Hermitian, Vj, okay, that is equal to 0. Okay, we'll verify these properties. We'll go for suppose if you do U Hermitian U, you will get identity matrix C by C. V Hermitian V is equal to VV Hermitian, that is equal to identity. Okay, we'll verify this with some example. So let me take some H matrix. Okay, okay, let me remove all these things. Okay, even this A also I will remove. I have a H matrix. Okay, in order to do the singular value decomposition, the built-in command is svd. So again we need to import that svd from numpy.linearalgebra. Okay, so I am going to give some matrix as the input of this svd. It is going to give 3 matrices U, sigma, V Hermitian. Okay, so let me try this. You just see this is the H matrix. Using matrix and just creating the matrix svd of this H, that gives U, sigma, V Hermitian. Let me print all these things. Print U, print sigma. Actually, I wrongly said sigma is not a matrix. Sigma will have the singular values. Okay, practically it's a matrix, but this Python will give singular values. But with the singular values we can construct the matrix. Okay, print V Hermitian. Okay, let us do this. You just see, this is U matrix, this is V Hermitian, and this is singular values. Okay, 3 singular values. They are in the descending order. You can notice they are in the descending order. With this we can construct the singular matrix. Okay, now let me verify these properties, whether all the columns of this U matrix and all the columns of this V matrix, they have the unit norm. So what I'm doing, I'm just taking the U matrix. Okay, this is the U matrix. So if I want only the first column, then what I need to do, 0, 3, 0. Okay, so it takes 0, 1, 2 rows and column 0. So 0, 0, 1, 0, 2, 0. So this will give the first column. You just see it has given the first column. Okay, so what I need to do, I need to check whether the norm is unity. Okay, so what I'm doing, directly I'm just putting norm of, okay, this one, first column of this U matrix. Yeah, I'm just getting 1. So let me try with second column. So it's closer to 1. Third column, yeah, it is also 1. Okay, let me try with V. Okay, instead of U, I'll go for V Hermitian. V Hermitian. Okay, first column, yeah, it has unit norm. Second column, unit norm. Third column, unit norm. Okay, so they have unit norm. Now what I need to do, I need to verify whether I'm just taking either U matrix or V matrix, one column dot product with other column, any other column, that has to give 0. Okay, let me verify that. Okay, so what I'm doing, let me import dot. Okay, import dot. Okay, so I need to do dot, okay, say some column, first one, this one, comma, okay, first column and second column, first column and second column, it has to give error. Yeah, obviously it is giving error. So what I need to do, it is not obeying the matrix multiplication. So what I need to do, I need to transpose, okay, I need to transpose the first one. So I'm just adding a bracket, then dot capital T, this will give the transpose. Yeah, it's very small value into 1 minus 1 point into 10 power minus 6, it's closer to 0. Let me try other combinations. 0, 1. Let me try between 0 and 2. Okay. Yeah, it is 0. Let me try with 1 and 2. Yeah, it is also 0. Similarly, I can try with V. Okay. So instead of U, V Hermitian. It is 0. Then 0, 2. First column and the third column, that is also 0. Second column and the third column, that is also 0. Okay. We'll also verify this U Hermitian U. Okay, that gives identity matrix. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to use all close command. Okay, all close. Yeah, already I have imported all close. So what I'm doing, print. Okay, otherwise I will try like this. U Hermitian U. So first I have to do U dot get H. Okay, this will give U Hermitian. Okay, let me close this with a bracket. Then dot, no dot, star U. Okay, this has given okay, U Hermitian dot U. Okay, so this should give identity. Let me try with, I'm just generating another identity matrix, okay, of size H. Okay, so I'm just using all close, one bracket, here another bracket, then I am printing. Okay, so for all close we need to give two inputs. One is I have generated identity matrix. Okay, then another one I am just multiplying u Hermitian and u, so it should return a boolean value. If they are close, it should give true, otherwise it should give false. Yeah, you just see it is giving true. In the same way, okay, you can try v Hermitian. So v Hermitian, okay, you just see that is also true. You can alternatively put v dot v Hermitian. Okay, that is also true. Just see what I am doing. U Hermitian u, that is identity. V Hermitian v or v Hermitian, that is also identity. Okay, we have verified this. Now the last check, if you do, I'll go for the PPT. The last check, what I'm doing, this sigma, as I said earlier, this is actually the singular values. So you know how to construct. If you have the diagonal elements, they are the diagonal elements of singular matrix. So using diagonal command, and if you give all those values in brackets, you will get the singular matrix. So from singular values, which is stored in sigma, you can get the singular matrix. Now you just multiply u, okay, sigma matrix, okay, and v Hermitian, that should give the actual H. Okay, we will verify whether the decomposition is correct or not. Okay, let me import a diagonal. Okay, so we have, okay, what I am doing, I am just creating a matrix, sig matrix. So matrix diag of sigma. Okay, let me check this, print sig. The code is not complete. Let me check this. Yeah, it is giving a matrix, singular matrix. So it is working. Now what I need to do, I need to multiply one input for all close is H. Okay, another one U star sig. Okay, that represents singular matrix, star V Hermitian. So if I multiply U sigma V Hermitian, okay, not sigma, sig, okay, singular values, if I multiply, that has to give H. Okay, let me check whether this is true or not. Yeah, it is true. Okay, so in this video we have discussed eigenvalue decomposition, how to get the eigenvalues, eigenvectors, okay, then norm, Euclidean norm or Frobenius norm, infinity norm, minus infinity norm, then we discussed singular value decomposition. Okay, I'll stop here. Thank you.